Welcome back to Season 2 of Authentically Peculiar with Marcia. I am your host, Marcia Blaine, a licensed professional counselor, a clinical hypnotherapist, an author, motivator, and life coach. Join us during the season as we begin to normalize freedom. Authentically Peculiar with Marcia. Welcome back to Authentically Peculiar with Marcia. I have the privilege and honor to be here with my brand manager. For all of you all that's been asking, who did your Instagram? Who did your webpage? Miss Lavette Minn of Blue Diamond Brandz. Y'all see all the diamonds rolling through here? Yes, that is my brand manager. She really helped me to get on track with things, and I'm so excited that you said yes to doing this interview. So let me hit this bio because we got some things to give to the people tonight. Lavette, the brand alchemist, Minn is a master teacher of universal laws, owner and visionary behind Blue Diamond Brandz and Blue Diamond Podcast. She is a brand manager above all else. Like she batting 2,000, 20,000 for me. Okay. She's a certified SCORE mentor, Google and Voyage Atlanta partner, author, and speaker. With a degree in business administration and a brand management certification, her role as the brand alchemist is to help you create diamond brands. Increase your sales and leads with business and brand development, marketing, and universal laws. Her passion is to educate families to utilize their businesses in obtaining personal and financial success. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
I'm so excited. I'm excited for multiple reasons because every time we come together, I learn more and more about soul alignment and business and how when you're walking in your purpose, you're going to be able to do a lot of things that you may not have thought you could do. Yeah. And when you have the right mentor, the right branding process, you really can go far because you'll get on me and be like, Marcia, can you put some lipstick on those 5-minute meditations?
Yeah.
Can we spruce it up a little bit? And I'm working on it, but when the beautiful thing, and I'm going to say that before we get into the interview, sure. The beautiful thing was going through the process of us connecting and you becoming my brand manager. And it is such a thorough process. Like you captured parts of my visions that I went to sleep on. And that reignited me to want to do more, to get back out there and move in my purpose, in my process. And you'll send me stuff and say, hey, have you considered doing this? Like the suggestion to record the meditations and things of that nature to put them out there. So we're going to work on it because I'm going to come in the studio.
Yeah.
And we're going to make it happen. But all of those things, you really need someone that believes, one, in their own process and what their purpose is, and then they can add that to your flavor and believe in you. What got you into branding?
Honestly, I never wanted to be, brand coach or strategist. I never wanted to bear the title because of a negative connotation around being a coach, because the barriers to entry are pretty much non-existent. So anybody can call themselves a coach. And, I really take pride in, being thoroughly educated, being thoroughly knowledgeable about what I'm doing. So a friend of mine, this was many years ago, a friend of mine, she used to call me, that's my branding brain. That's my brander, my branding brain. I'm like, can you please stop saying that? And just slowly over time, I just found myself morphing into that space and into that industry. I started out with, so this is how Blue Diamond Brandz came to be, actually. It started out as the family brand movement. Business I started with my children, and we used to host workshops during the summer at the library where we would teach kids how to start a business, and we had so much fun. Yeah, we had a lot of fun doing that. And the pandemic hit, And in the corporate world, I'm a certified medical coder. So at the time, I didn't have any contracts because,
the world went crazy.
So I'm sitting at home and I'm like, okay, I can't just sit here and this little voice was like, well, you have a lot of knowledge in business, branding, just start going live. So I started going live. I did a 5-day challenge on Facebook. And by the third day, my engagement was crazy. So many comments and likes and shares. And then people started reaching out to me like, do you offer services? And in the background, I'm like, I don't even have anything, right? So I just threw together a brand audit, $25. And the first 3 people that I did brand audits on, they told everybody, and I started getting bookings, and then that's how my business grew. And then at a certain point, I realized that the family brand movement was no more, and I transmuted it into Blue Diamond Brandz.
Nice.
So, and that's how I ended up here, and it just keeps growing.
So tell me about the name Blue Diamond Brandz. Tell me about that. How did that come to pass?
Well, it's so funny. So. At the time, I was in a network marketing company. This was still during the pandemic. Because, just trying to find ways to bring in some sort of income. And I was in a network marketing company, and the highest level was Diamond. Yeah. So I started a private group on Facebook for those that kind of like, signed up under me just to teach them how the company worked and things like that. And branding it, because, that's just who I am naturally, branding it and using that blue diamond emoji. So long story short, when I was like, okay, I know I need to transmute the family brand movement into a new business that really aligns with where I am right now, and I'm coming up with these names, and Blue Diamond Brandz.
With the Z on the end.
With the Z. And I was like, okay, I like this. So that's how it came about.
Isn't it so awesome how when we are in our natural flow, things that come together, a lot of people, talk to me a lot about that authentically peculiar, where did that come from? And I take them back to 20 years old, reading one passage of scripture that said, you are a peculiar people, and that thing stuck with me. My aunt said to me, been talking about that peculiar thing for about 30 years. And I was like, yes, it's still very much alive and well in everything that I do. And so would you say that operating in your purpose, understanding who you are, is vital to really moving into position to do the things that you purpose to do?
Absolutely, absolutely. It definitely starts with knowing who you are, and that starts with really spending time with yourself, and just acknowledging and embracing your flaws and also your strengths and your weaknesses, and what are you truly passionate about? What is it that you really love to do, and what are you really good at? And so it really just starts at getting into the core of who you truly are and start building outward from there.
Would you say, and this is when people ask me, how do I find my purpose? One of the things that I tell them, it's a two-parter. The first thing is get quiet and stop talking. Too much noise, you can't hear. The second thing is the thing that's inside of you that comes so easy that you don't have to do anything. It's just a natural part of you, will align with your purpose and what you're here for. Would you say that that's kind of how you went into marketing? You were doing everything else.
Right.
And then branding was just your natural forte.
Yeah, definitely. Just really taking inventory of, like you said, I agree with the latter part of your statement, really taking inventory of what feeds your soul, what feels naturally good to you, and making sure, or really just tapping into that authentic part of you, where you don't have to become someone that you're not just to be embraced and accepted by the people, by the internet, that will definitely put you on that path to finding what your purpose is. And something else as well, and I just recently discovered this last year, ask. Just simply sit quiet in meditation you know, get into your zen or what you know, whatever that thing is, that quiet moment is, and just ask, why am I here?
And you know, when I tell that to people, it has to be more than that, Marcia. It really
It's
isn't.
really that simple.
But what I share with people is the scripture in Kings with Jezebel chasing Elijah, into the cave. And there was a windstorm when there had been a drought in the land. And all of a sudden you had this thunder, you had this rainstorm, and then you had this wind, and then complete silence. And in that silence, when Elijah said, well, God, is that you?
Yeah.
At no other time when that question was asked during the storm and all that kind of stuff, that's when the response was in the silence. There's no competition with noise, because when you have noise, that's all you're hearing. But when you give yourself permission to get to a silent space and ask.
And just ask. And even though we may know what our purpose is, sometimes we do have those periods where we get we stumble upon a place of confusion. Like, okay, is this really my purpose? Is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? So when you sit and you just ask from an authentic space, and just genuinely, truly wanting to know, and also knowing that I'm here for a reason. I'm literally not here just to kick the bucket until my last day. I'm here for a reason. You know, I incarnated in this body, so I need to know what my purpose is.
More than bills.
Right.
More than children, mama, uncle, cousin, auntie, them. You. And that's what people are afraid of, is really getting to them. Because society says it's selfish for us to tap into us. How would you encourage someone from that aspect to say it's okay to tap into your soul alignment, that thing that feels good to your soul?
I mean, what's so wrong about putting yourself first? Sometimes we really just have to get to the root of it.
Yes.
And really ask yourself, what is truly so wrong, or what imaginary violation is out there that pertains to me embracing who I am, putting myself first, wanting to know myself, and wanting to authentically walk in my purpose.
You said imaginary violation.
Yeah.
I love that. Because it is a pretended violation where you don't get to honor yourself first. Right. A lot of people think when you put yourself first, that means you're narcissistic. It does not.
No.
The airlines got it right. If something happened, we get turbulence, the oxygen mask is going to fall.
Right.
Put it on you first.
Put it on, because if I'm not well, I can't help you.
How am I going to walk in my purpose if I'm too burned out because I've been there for you? Right. So when you have clients that come in and they're kind of scattered and really not sure, like, you know, I know a little bit about me, but there was still some scattering there. Yeah. How do you help them really align with understanding the importance of tapping into their soul and what feels good, and then incorporating it into their business?
I didn't realize that I was actually doing this, but I channel. I'm able to tap into your energetic field and pull out the things that you don't see. And by me doing that, by default, you automatically align soulfully with your business. Because then you're like, wait a minute, how did you know that I actually liked that? Or how did you know that that was a vision that I had that I didn't share with someone? And I'm like, I love it. Yeah. So that's...
I was so excited. I was just like, yo, like, you are so connected to my soul. And it felt good.
Yeah. That's how I came to just accept that, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be. Because I'm not just connecting based off of my education or books that I've read or courses. It's on a spiritual level.
Yeah. And you know, I want to put this out there to the audience. Please don't confuse spirituality with religion. Oftentimes, the institution of religion will fog over people's thoughts and openness to really understand that purpose and that process for their life. When you are spiritually attuned and connected, you can hear. And so for me, and people ask me this all the time, well, how do you start your day? Before I record the 5-minute meditations, I'm already in a space. All right, God, you brought me through another day. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, for this day, how are you ordering my steps? Who am I supposed to attract? Who's set aside for me to be that one voice to help them? Okay, let's do it.
Right.
And so when we were talking, I felt that was part of what you do, because I would venture to say every person that comes to you, you don't accept as clients.
No, I don't.
Tell me why that's important.
I don't. There has to be a soul connection there. There has to be, like, that energetic alignment has to be there. And again, that's the soul alignment that I've incorporated in my business, you know, unbeknownst to me. But then also, too, just looking at, you know, on a physical level, how serious are you about your business? Yeah. Where are you in your business? What have you done so far? And when I take inventory and I can see you're not ready yet, because for me, it's the money is just a byproduct.
Listen,
I truly care.
At some point, if you're running in any facet, and I want to put that out to the audience, listen, if your only motivation is to make money, you're going to fail. That's just the bottom line. You're going to fail because your heart content is not there. Money gonna come.
Yeah.
You know, I stand on this principle. Your gifts will make room for you and put you in a space of great people. I know that's a scripture. Y'all don't gotta remind me, I know. But the truth is, we all come with some level of gift. But if your only motivation is how much money you can make, you've already missed out.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about that?
No, it's true. I agree. I totally agree. And I'm in full alignment with that. And I take pride in operating in integrity. And those that I work with, like I said, the money is the byproduct. I genuinely care about helping you get to that next level that you foresee in your business. So for me, I always lead with, how can I help you? Can I help you? If I can't, maybe I know someone that can. Before we even get into the finance piece of it.
Yeah. One of the things I know for me as a therapist, I don't accept every client that reaches out to me, because I have to know there's a soul connection there, that I'm purposed for that purpose, that person's life.
Am I called to serve you?
Exactly. And so when we connected in the hallways, I was like, I'm going to come back to you.
Yeah.
We're going to work together. And it took me a minute because, one, I've been burned in business before.
And see, that's my thing. Not to cut you off. I hear the stories so much. I see it for myself. It seems like the theme, every year has a theme, if you really pay attention. This year, it's gender wars. I'm seeing a lot of men and women going at it.
Yes.
Last year, it seemed as though a lot of people were being exposed. And that's why I go above and beyond to show that you can genuinely trust me. Why? Because I treat you how I want to be treated. And I'm very anal when I do business with you. I'm very judgy.
Yes.
So because of that, I know that I want to provide the best, and I want to do whatever it is that I can do so that you know that you can trust me.
Right.
And you're going to get more than what you paid for.
Listen, when people ask me about pricing, and I was like, I don't share pricing because that's not my responsibility. All I can tell you is she's worth every penny that she charges. And we have to get out of the thing of trying to get something for nothing.
Yeah.
Because our truth is, this is a gift. And when we align ourselves, we recognize that in the gifting, we have to be unwrapped. And we can't be unwrapped if we're tied up with whatever's going on. So our soul has to align and bring that vision back into place. When people come to you and they're on this journey of business, and you incorporate the soul journey process, what are some things that you would suggest to them as a starting point to connect not only with themselves but with their business, understanding all of that aspect?
Okay. Yeah. I usually tell them to take out a piece of paper and a pencil and write down their vision for their business. Why are you going into business? How does your business impact the people that you intend to serve? You know, again, why are you passionate about this thing?
Yeah.
How did you arrive at this place? What is your exit strategy? Do you plan on grinding this thing out forever? Do you plan on passing it down to your children? Do you plan on selling your business? Just having a well-rounded and a well-versed idea of, why am I creating this baby? Why am I doing this thing? That's the very first step. It'll start to come up as you begin to write. And when you begin to write, just by default, you begin to soulfully connect with your business.
You said the baby.
The baby.
I truly believe that we become pregnant with our purpose.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about that?
Yes, absolutely. That's another thing that I teach some of my clients, that your business is its own entity. Even in the eyes of the law, they look at your corporation as its own entity. It needs a name, just like when you're born, you need a name. It has its social security number, tax ID, EIN, you have one. It has its own business credit profile, just like we have our personal credit profile, right? So your business is literally a child that you're birthing, and you nurture it by giving it attention, investing time, money, energy, resources. And over time, you will see it grow and flourish, just like that child that you've given time, love, and energy to. So when we look at it from that perspective, again, that's how we can connect on a soulful level with our business and give it what it needs in order for it to flourish. Nurturing it. In order for it to flourish and grow into the vision that you have for it.
What would you say to those that are still wrestling with understanding vision and the fear of seeing a vision? Because a lot of people, when they get that vision, it's bigger than what they thought.
That makes sense. That is true.
And so here comes the fear of, I don't know how I'm going to do that.
Yes.
Let me pull back because I'm not enough. What can you say to especially new entrepreneurs who see the move of entrepreneurship, really hadn't invested the time to understand what it actually means and understanding the importance of a vision? What would you say to them to help encourage them to, one, write that vision down?
Write it down. That's very important, because what you write, you invite.
Ooh,
And that's the reason why, you know, the question you asked about, you know, what is the first thing you would tell them to do to kind of connect with their businesses on a soulful level, is to write it out.
Yeah.
When you make the vision plain, the steps should follow, right?
Should follow. And if we look at that whole statement, write the vision, make it plain, so those that read it can run with it. That's all of those connected tissues or people that come to actually help you enhance that vision. Everybody has a part to play.
Yes.
And you can't be afraid of actually moving that vision.
Right. Yeah, don't be afraid of your vision. I mean, if you have the vision, it's because you are purposed and you're built to bring that vision to fruition. And I know it can be scary, especially if it's this extremely grand plan and vision, and you're like, okay, but this is where I am right now. I don't even have the bandwidth to build something this big, but just start small.
Start somewhere.
Everything that's big was once small. So just start small and work your way up. But don't be afraid of your vision.
Yeah.
You know, don't be afraid of it. It's for you.
Yeah.
You know, you had the vision, you see the vision for a reason. It's for you.
You know, we talked about being able to trust people in the industry. You know, we both encountered a group of people that have really manipulated, in my opinion, so many people, and they didn't get what they paid for. What would you, right, what would you say to those individuals about not losing hope and recognizing their vision is still alive?
Especially if they've been
swindled or manipulated.
Someone. I would definitely say that what I like to say is, and it's actually one of my affirmations, is that life doesn't happen to me, it happens for me. And even though the situation could just be downright evil and treacherous, there's always something that you can learn from it. It makes you stronger, it makes you wiser as an entrepreneur, because now next time around you'll know to move a little differently. You'll know to vet more and deeper, right? So don't let it discourage you. If it happens, just take it with a grain of salt, learn from it, and just apply it moving forward.
And I usually just say, sit back and ask, what's the lesson?
What's the lesson?
Because the truth is if you spend energy being angry and irritated, you're actually giving up energy to people who have proven they don't deserve your energy. Right? And so you can't sit in that. Yes, we all fall victim because we believe the hype.
Especially in the beginning.
And especially in the beginning.
I mean, we're green and we're learning. You know, it happens. And like I said, every situation that happens, good and bad, it builds you into becoming a better business owner, a better entrepreneur.
Yes. I remember someone coming into my inbox and said, hey, you know, I like your content. I like what you're doing. And, you know, we should talk about, you know, some coaching opportunities so we can get you to, you know, a 6-figure business.
Right.
Well, Marcia's 6-figure is 500,000 plus.
Right.
So for all of you all that may think that you can help me get somewhere, you got to be able to show me a $500,000 plus program.
Right.
Yeah, I need to see that.
Yeah.
And so I said, well, let me just take the call and see.
Yeah.
And as the person began talking, and she kept saying 6 figures, and I finally said, what do you consider 6 figures? She said, you know, 100,000 or so. I said, oh. She said, what do you mean? I said, well, I do that without your assistance. So what is it that you want me to pay you $2,500 for when I'm already doing that? I'm a little confused on how you can help me. You have to be willing to ask the questions. Don't get intimidated because someone makes it seem like they're an expert in the field. How does it connect with your vision and your purpose? When I came to you, the fact that you saw parts of my vision that I had not even shared with you, I knew I was home.
Yeah.
I knew I was connected. You have to be able to understand that, but never be afraid to ask questions.
Don't be afraid to ask questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when I came to you and understanding the vision and purpose and not allowing myself to be frustrated with others, you captured my vision without me even saying a word.
Yeah.
That was so, and I know that happens when people come to therapy and I give them things that they hadn't told anybody. But for me, it was just like, yo, so you doing the Marcia magic on Marcia? How's this working, right? When you began walking in your purpose, how long did it take you to become comfortable with knowing that your soul was connected to you and then you could actually translate that in business?
This answer is probably going to be shocking to you. I just recently, I would say probably a year now.
Yeah.
Probably a year now, because remember I mentioned earlier, even though you're like, okay, I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing, but then you still have those periods of confusion, like, okay, wait a minute, am I supposed to be doing this? Because life happens, you know. But after having a moment of just being and taking inventory at how things have unfolded naturally when I am operating in the space, I'm like, okay, this is it. No more questioning. No more questioning. This is it.
Did it feel when you finally said yes? Because we have to say yes. We, you know, we can see it, we can hear it, we can feel it but until we say yes, it can't fully come to fruition. How did it feel for you to say, yes, this is where I'm supposed to be?
It felt really good. It felt really good because anytime you rest and sit in your authentic space, that's why I love the name of your podcast. I just love the name of your brand because it's true. Because it's just something so fulfilling and magical about really moving in your authenticity. And once you discover that and you say yes to it, life just happens. Things just happen effortlessly. You can speak a word and that thing will just show up.
Listen.
Things will move. People will move for you.
I'm telling you.
So it felt really good.
Your words are so powerful. And people don't realize the power of their words, negative or positive.
Yeah.
But when you tap into your authentic nature and the positivity of your words, anything that you desire, it comes out. Here it comes.
Here it comes.
And that's real. I know that you'll have the people say, well, you know, it's more than name it, claim it, and all that kind of stuff. You're right.
Yeah.
Because there's intentionality, there's purpose, there's a process, and there's a plan. Right? You have to be able to put all that into place in order for you to fully just grab hold to purpose. This topic, you know, when I didn't discuss with you how I came up with the topic for our recording. I was sitting there and I was like, all right, God, I want to do 21 shows. Lavette has to be one of those. What are we doing? And I heard soul alignment with business. And I was like, bet. And so when I sent it to you, it was like,
so you did a me on me.
I did. I did.
Yeah.
Every topic for this season, normalizing freedom, because the goal is to help people really get to their authentic space.
Yeah.
In this session, really giving yourself permission to tap into purpose in your process, understanding that your soul actually has to meet that purpose, right? All of the things started falling into play, you know, and that's why I'm so grateful for your yes. You know, I'm grateful for your openness to be able to say, yeah, Marcia, don't do that. Or, okay, I can see how I can help you make this happen. Or consider this.
Yes.
You know, that to me is so empowering. How do you refuel?
Vacation.
Okay. All right.
So vacation, reading. Reading is my escape. I read every day. My goal for this year is to read 25 books.
Nice.
And self-care.
Yeah.
Self-care, self-love, you know, speaking words of affirmations to yourself, loving on yourself, you know, just listening to whatever type of music you like, but just listening to some music, slowing down, taking a nice bowl bath, doing what us ladies like to do, go get your manicure and your pedicure, you know, whatever feels good to you, whatever it is that you truly enjoy. So that's some of the things that I've been more intentional about doing so that I can recharge and refuel, because not only do my clients need me, but my family, they need me as well.
Yeah.
You know,
now you mentioned my favorite part of just the therapeutic process is affirmations.
Yes.
And I know I'm about to put you on the spot.
That's okay.
But I would like for you, if you can, provide 3 strong affirmations that you would suggest people speak over their business and their soul connections. What would they be?
I mean, this pertains to any aspect of your life, but my top favorite, I love my life. I love my life.
Real simple.
I love my life. And when you speak that, your world, your life begins to shift to align with that. And it's the simplest things. Like, I love flowers. So sometimes someone would just randomly surprise me with flowers, you know.
Wow.
So I love my life. My business is here to serve those that I'm called to serve. And I'm more than enough.
And you know what? I'm going to back that for a second. I literally began to dislike the statement more than enough. Because I don't have to be more. I am enough.
I am enough.
You know what I mean? Because I hear so many people say, I'm more than enough. Well, what is enough? Right? Why aren't you enough of who you are? Not to take away,
no, I
right?
I understand.
But
yeah.
when we use our words from a space of power, I'm just enough. That encaptures the more, the supernatural process. I was created with enough, right? And so when you said that, I was like, yeah, I need people to really pick up on that.
Yeah.
I'm enough.
Yeah.
I'm purposed in my business for those that I've been called to be there for. I love my life.
Yeah. Now, for me, now I love your perspective. I love that, and it does. It makes so much sense. So thanks for kind of peeling back the layers on that. But for me, when I say I'm more than enough, when I think about enough has limits.
It does.
So I know I'm limitless. So no matter how big or how small or how tall or how wide, I'm more than enough. I'm more than capable than accomplishing whatever it is that I set my mind to. So that's how I got you know what I mean? That's the whole thought process behind that for me.
No, I get it. I mean, and that's perfect. That is perfect. It's kind of like part of my daily mantra or affirmations is, I'm everything that I need to be.
Yes.
Period. I'm everything that I need to be.
That.
Because our truth is, nothing new is coming for you.
Yes.
You come to this place, this level of energy, with everything inside of you that you need to be your absolute best self.
Yeah.
So I'm everything that I need to be. And when we can honor ourselves with our words, the power. Listen, just because we're talking to you all about this mantra doesn't mean that you won't get challenged by life, because life is going to keep lifing. What you have to do is honor yourself and not let your words change to the negative. You have to be truthful with yourself. When you say I'm more than enough, own it.
Yeah.
When you say I love my life, own it. Even when situations come up and circumstances start, own your positive affirmations so that you can see the fruition of the work that you're putting in. You've got to be intentional with that.
And to add to that, some people don't believe in affirmations because they feel like they don't work. But here's the thing. You don't attract what you want. You attract who you are.
Say that again.
So when you say, I love my life, you have to truly love your life, right? If you feel like I am enough, then you have to really feel like I really am enough.
I was going through some things this week, and you know, I got my own health issue going on, so I was really battling that because here comes these thoughts, and I was like, yo, like I'm already healed, so what we doing? Right? It's a done deal. It's a wrap. And so when those little inches started coming in, even things as going from that 100 square foot over there to 1,000 square foot over here, and it was just like, all right, what we doing? And then I had to say, hey, everything that you need is already in you.
It's already in you. And that reminds me of this epiphany moment I had when I realized, like, we are actually a lockbox.
Man.
And once we discover or we find the key and we unlock ourselves, all of the treasures that we need is already within.
You don't even have to scrape through to see if it's a treasure, because they all treasure.
Yeah.
When you give yourself that permission to do the affirmations, get to a quiet space and really acknowledge and honor that space of hearing, the intentionality, saying yes to your purpose, and then going on and aligning your purpose with your vision, you already have the keys to unlock the box. That's it.
I love that. Yes.
That's it. You know, so really unlocking the box on your soul alignment and business and life in general. These are life principles. They will actually work in your business ventures as well. So tell us, Blue Diamond Brandz, how can they contact you?
Well, you can find me on Facebook, I am on Instagram, but I'm more active on Facebook at Lavette Minn, last name spelled Minn. You can email me at Lavette at bluediamondbrandz.com, and Brandz is spelled with a Z at the end instead of an S.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can give me a call. My number is 1-800-687-7812, extension 1000.
So I'm going to say this. Y'all know I don't do a lot of referrals because names mean everything to me, and I honor the Marcia brand. But this chick right here, if you are in need and you're ready, like you've done your soul work, and you're ready to begin the process of listening and then moving your business, you need to reach out to Lavette. Seriously, your life will be changed. Your image and your vision is going to go to the next level. I can attest to that. I see it happening for me all the time. Thank you again for your yes. Hey, y'all, go out to Spotify, Amazon, YouTube, anywhere that there's live streaming apps, and check out Authentically Peculiar with Marcia. Episodes released every Sunday at 8 a.m. Grab your pencil and paper. You can't come to any of these podcasts released without pen and paper because there's going to be a message for you. So we'll see you soon. Check out each season. Have a great day. And remember, we're normalizing freedom in this season.
Authentically peculiar. Authentically peculiar. Authentically peculiar.
Authentically Peculiar with Marcia.